You know what? Man, alright, I was recording a video and I'm just gonna throw it in the garbage because I was like, I'm not feeling it. I want to do a video when I'm talking directly to y'all in the face, and I want to talk about something that was recently brought to my attention, which was already in my attention. And what that is how the channel is going on a downward slope. And I need to fix it, I need to correct it. The comment that I got specifically was someone saying that I am losing my audience. And I wanted to address that here in a video because I think it's really important for content creators to understand that this is kind of a part of the process. So without further ado, it's gonna make you think you do. Let's get into it. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Cash, and again we are here to kind of have a cool little discussion. I was not that I was regretting, but I was dreading making this video. But one of the things that I've always said is that I want to be some type of motivational, inspirational type of person. And one thing that I've been doing for a long time, I've been doing Twitch and then also now on YouTube, content creation, obviously. And content creation kind of changes, it molds, and it makes its own different shape. But one thing that I've noticed is the whole aspect of variety streaming, variety uploading, whatever you guys want to call it. It's one of the hardest forms of content creation, and the reason being is because you start off with one thing and then you go into something else, and the people that like that one thing that you started off with might not like the second thing that you're going into. That's why pure, or the best way to do variety, is pure indiscriminate variety. The problem with a person like me is that I get addicted to certain games, so I'll actually play a game for about, you know, a month or 2-3 months or something like that, and maybe even longer if I really like it. And then on top of that, there's other cases where I'm gonna play a game for a little bit and just stop. But when it comes to content creation, most people like a level of consistency. They like to see a similar game, especially it's easier to build up that game and really build up an audience, I should say, but more specifically a community of people that within that community, those people are going to really enjoy that and going to enjoy you making content of that game or whatever you're covering. Let's say if you're a fitness channel, and then you all of a sudden switch to dating advice, or, you know, vice versa, anything like that. Now, of course, what's going to happen, which I found it weird when the person left a comment, what's going to happen is that fitness audience that you have might not like the next thing. So I'm a gaming channel, so my gaming content might not mesh well when I do videos like this, because people are not used to just seeing me talk. They want to see gameplay, and, you know, or they want to see a specific game, even though I usually do better on my talking videos than I do when I actually play video games, which is weird because it's a predominantly gaming channel. I just wanted to say a PSA or whatever the heck, purpose of his announcement is like, guys, if you're content creating and you are playing one thing, even if it's for a month, 2 months, 3 years, 10 years, a lifetime, and you don't feel like doing it anymore, just stop. Just stop. The thing that I've noticed, especially, let's just go down to mental, right? As far as mental is concerned, you're not gonna feel good doing content. It's gonna rub off. People are gonna be able to tell that you don't like it, or that you're not as passionate about it anymore, and that might rub people the certain way. Some people don't mind if it feels like a job. Now, the issue that I have with it feeling like a job is that I already have a job, and one of the reasons why I do YouTube is that I want to make money without it feeling like a job. I don't mind editing. I really like editing. It's kind of fun. It's fun creating videos, trying to make it funny or informational, stuff like that. But what I hate is when I feel like I'm forced to do something. I'm forced to work because I need to sustain myself, right? When that makes enough money on its own, and then I'm trying to find a secondary, thirdary, you know, source of income, why would I decide to make it? And I mean, people do this when they need to, but that would mean that their first form of income is not strong enough that they need 2 sources of income. But that's not necessarily the case for me. If I'm looking for bonus income, I'm not going to sit there and stress myself out. I think that would seem silly. I would think most people would agree with that if they have the means to do so, to choose. So I'm not gonna make my secondary or thirdary income stressful to myself, or annoying, or anything of that nature. I'm gonna make it enjoyable, because that's the beauty of, especially living in 2021. There's a lot of different ways that you can make money, especially utilizing the internet. So With that being said, and thinking about that, when you start feeling icky, it's kind of the same thing if you're in a relationship. You start feeling icky. Now, I know a lot of people, especially if I'm using a relationship as a comparison, they're gonna hold it out. They're gonna stick it through. They're gonna say, hey man, you know, it's a little bit rocky right now, but you know, we gotta stick through this. But at the same time, there's a difference between loyalty and stupidity. You can be loyal to a game or loyal to a community for a long time, and what's supposed to happen is that loyalty is supposed to gain, you're supposed to gain something from it. You're supposed to get something from it. I know a lot of people think that using things or something like that is bad, but it's the way the world works. It's how people work. You do something for someone, they do something for you back. Usually money makes these type of exchanges easier. I pay you, you do something for me, or you know, I work and you pay me. It's usually easy when money is involved. But when it comes down to, you know, activities or favors and stuff like that, it's a little bit hard. So when you're investing time in making certain type of content creation and it's not working out for you, whether it be through financials or whether it be through you're just not passionate about it anymore, you have to start to think about whether or not it's worth it to keep doing it. Because whether it's one, it's not, you're already at the conversation where it's not hitting your goals. Your goals are not being met. So you have to start to reevaluate your goals, not change them. You have to reevaluate them to see if there's anything that you need to do, if there's things that you need to change. And sometimes you might come to the conclusion that if you do X, Y, and Z, and we're talking about being realistic with yourself, that's a really big thing, that you actually can make this. Maybe it's if you make a change within a couple months or a year, sometimes there's things that go on like that. But there are other times where you're gonna come to the point, like how I came to the point, is that this shit is not healthy. The biggest thing that wasn't healthy for me was all the gacha games, the mobile games that I was playing in a row. I don't think that mobile games are bad per se, but I think that there was something that was really not fitting well with me and how they are made and how they are constructed and stuff like that, that made me want to move out of that community. And now now circling back, when that person is saying that I'm losing an audience, now technically yes I am. I was at 6,000 subscribers or something of that nature, and it's been going down. It's been going down by the hundreds. People slowly unsubscribing from the channel. My view count has been going down. Now why? Well, obviously I already explained why, because I'm changing up the content as on my channel. But the reason, you have to, one, expect that, but two, you also have to realize that that is not your audience that is leaving. Now the people that are part of your audience are the people that are there for you. That's why it's called your audience. Your audience, not Exo's audience. In my situation, right, it would be the Exos audience or Knights Chronicles audience or Epic 7 audience or Evolve audience, League of Legends audience that I had way back in the day when I used to do Twitch, Smash Brothers audience. I used to play Smash Brothers as well. I played a lot of different games, and as you as a content creator are going to make a lot of different content. Most of the time what people do, at least from my team, for the most successful content creators, is that they put out a lot of shit and they see what hits and then they make a run for it. They utilize whatever is doing the best for them and that they enjoy, and then they make a run for it. Some of the biggest streamers and content creators, most likely, if you maybe go back a couple of years or months when they first started, their formats are probably not the same. Like this thing is not going to be the same once I invest more time and money into creating different graphics, animations, and stuff like that. There's gonna be a ton of different stuff once I invest into something that I really feel is passionate. Like my intros and my outros are eventually going to change because I don't want them based on a specific game. They're gonna be based on something more channel-like. That's a little spoiler. Maybe I should have told you that. All in all, I just wanted to prepare people for that. Don't be upset when you see that your 100 views goes down to 10 because you decided to make a more mental health decision. Also, if you're thinking like your subscriber count, the thing is that most of the time things go down and then they go up. It's normally that people go through something and they learn, and then they actually utilize that experience, that time, and they actually elevate themselves above it. It's a common, I think, like human interaction that we do. As far as like my weight loss, which I'm still holding on. I know no one actually pressures me about it, but I'm excited to show you guys the weight loss video. Is that I spent years trying to lose weight. Years, not like just a month. I mean, I turned it around in about a month, but let's be honest here. It took years for me to get to this point. Constantly giving up over and over again, that most people go through. They go through ups and downs, and then eventually I got it right, which I currently have it right. And I'm still making mistakes and things that I would like to correct, but it's a process. and it's fine to be part of a process because you can make progress in your process. So don't be afraid to mix it up. Don't be afraid to do different things. And I really wanted to shout out to any content creator that was watching this, that has seen, is at least looking at my channel, and you could see for a fact like, oh crap, he went up and down at this time. And that doesn't mean that I will never go up again. I mean, it also could mean I could make the evaluation, hey, it's time to quit this YouTube stuff. That's not like a bad or anything evaluation. I'm not nowhere near that, but I'm just saying that that might be a thing for some people. Let's say you have a kid. Let's say you get married. Let's say you have to move or something like that. Let's say your phone rings while you're trying to talk. Things can happen. But I hope you guys understand what I'm saying, and I really hope that this video might help maybe 1 or 2 content creators that have really been kind of looking, they're staring at the numbers. And that's one thing I advise not to. Don't even look at your numbers until YouTube becomes your first source of income. If it is not your first and main source of income, you shouldn't really be worrying about money or like views or anything like that. Just do what you enjoy and let the rest kind of follow. And that's normally how, you know, you have a healthy, you know, activities in the first place. If you're trying to go in trying to make money off of something, you're gonna usually it's gonna end up becoming a job, as what happened in my channel. I felt for several times whenever I got stuck in a game that I was covering that I felt like I had to keep it up for months, and sometimes it would drag on. I wouldn't say, I don't think I dragged one for a year, but it would just drag on, and it's like I don't really feel like making content like this. It's not as, come on phone, it's not as good as, I feel like I'm not being creative anymore because I'm in a cycle. And for most really creative people, I think being in a cycle where it's the same thing over and over again, you're going to get bored with it yourself. Now, other people might not, because they just, you know, it's kind of like watching the same show all the time or watching the same type of show all the time. They just enjoy it. That's why, like I said, that's not your audience, but it's the games. For me, it was the games audience, or that old kind of, it's that fitness channel's audience. It's anything that, anytime that you do a switch up, you got to remember that the other people within their own right are gonna say, hey, you know what, I appreciate that you're going forward with that, but I'm not gonna watch the new stuff. I liked your old stuff, and I'm gonna find someone else that still does something similar to that or covers that topic or anything like that. And don't berate them or anything like that. I was a slight asshole to the guy that said that comment, because I don't think you need to tell someone that's switching up their content that they're losing their audience. So I had him with a little spice, but nothing too crazy, nothing too, you know, he would have drank a little bit of water, he would have been all right. But anywho, hopefully this message was fine for you guys. I was thinking about doing another video, but I just threw it away. And for the same reason that I'm talking about now. I want to put out stuff that I want to do. I felt like I was forcing something, and I didn't. The Guilty Gear videos, you guys, I hope you guys love them, because there's a lot coming. There's a whole lot coming. And some weight loss videos, and surprise, surprise, for some of you guys that don't know, I have a wedding to go to at the end of this month. So there will be some stuff of that as well. So there's some real IRL MFO kind of videos that are going to be coming out. I know some of you guys are excited about that. And of course, YFOs in the comment section below. Let me know how you feel as an audience, as a viewer watching this video, or as a content creator. How do you feel about the content creation process? Do you feel as though, as a viewer, do you feel that the content creator kind of owes you like some type of obligation? Now, most people will say no immediately, right? But I also feel like when you tell these people to subscribe to you and click the bell notification and do all this stuff, that you're telling them that this is where you're gonna find your entertainment at. And I do feel like when you do switch up as much as I do, that you're going to piss people off, and then you're not going to grow in a certain dynamic. I'm super happy to have 6,000 followers, subscribers, but at the same time, you know, you can piss people off by constantly switching on. So do you feel as a viewer that maybe that you don't want to be part of someone that variety? But I also know that some viewers just like the content creator for themselves, and that they'll want to see them in different situations, aka in my situation, playing different games. They want to see how I play a horror game, they want to see how I play a strategic game, a fighting game, a battle royale. But maybe for a fitness channel, and I've seen a fitness channel that I really like, Ashton Hall Official. He's one of my favorites. You'll be seeing him in another video. But he started to do like weight workouts, a lot of weight stuff, and then he switched to HIIT workouts, and now he's adding other aspects in it, but he's adding stuff into it, but maybe some people might not like what he's adding, and then he might lose subscribers from that. Luckily for him, he's been growing instead of decreasing or declining like I am. But I do think that it's important to discuss this, and I like to discuss. I like to be open with my viewers. I know a lot of people don't think that it's beneficial to have these conversations, but I actually do. So again, YFOs in the comment section below. Like, comment, and subscribe, and just remember that every day at the Kashino is your lucky day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.